first of all, you should approach it knowing that I don't know what these people look like. All of the runaways are 100% wrong. I have absolutely no idea what any of these people look like. The only paintings I'm like, yes, this is exactly what this person looked like, are the elders. And that's because I had them send me images or an image that was of their liking before the runaways. I'm going off of my imagination. And so you should approach it with with a lot of things in Black history. It's a lot of it's like your imagination, which is not to say it's not true. It's just that we don't have any like photo physical references. We don't have a lot. And like specifically in a very long time period, we just don't really have that many instances. When approaching this, you should take it with like, I don't know what these people look like, and I probably never will know, and I don't know what happened to them. But this is what I think they look like, and that this is an attempt to try to rehumanize advertisements that are dehumanizing to their core. And some of them, the people are referred to as it, like halfway through, and then they change back to using personal pronouns. But then you also have some where they're very vague in the way that they talk about these people, or their descriptions of their skin tone is like, I don't understand it. I made a conscious choice for the ones that are just words. I don't know I don't know what those skin tones are because they're described as a Negro. And as far as I know, Negro is not a color. So I don't paint, if someone is described as just a Negro, I don't know what that means. But then there's one person, and I think he might be in South Africa. He's described as being Indian red, and I don't fully know what that means. I have an idea, but I'm also going off my own bias of what that idea could be. So I have to like step back from my own bias, but I also have to understand that these images were made with a bias. So for the runaways, you have to understand that like they are not exactly what I think exactly what these people look like, but this is my way of trying to give them their humanity for maybe like the first, hopefully the second, after they were able to get to freedom in this world. And then for the elders, it's a lot of trying to make sure that people understand the urgency of which we need to actually talk to our elders and get this information. One of the elders, the one with the yellow background, is my great aunt Phyllis. And she unfortunately died last summer. So she died like a month or two after I had actually finished the project. Luckily, I was able to send her pictures before then, and she saw it, and like she told me how much she loved it, and that is like one of my favorite things about it. But yeah, she passed away like right after it had all finished, and right before the closing of the show was supposed to happen, and I was going to see if maybe she could come see it. But yeah, obviously that didn't really happen, and so the fact that these people are still around, and my aunt Phyllis did a lot of activism, and they will talk. They are still kicking. Like they are not shy, but we're not actively asking them questions or trying to learn from them, I think is sad. I'm not saying that all of our elders are right, because I don't agree with some of the things that some people say, or some of the elders I spoke to. I don't agree with everything that they say, but I do know that they have an experience that I fortunately have not had to live through, of being judged instantly because of my skin tone, not being able to go certain places for fear. I mean, there are still sundown towns, but obviously not being able to go to places for fear of my life. Like I've never had to use a green book, which is used by a lot of Black people during like the 20th century in order to help them travel the United States, because it says these are the Black friendly businesses that you can attend to. But my grandmother has, and she remembers using a green book. So with the elders, I want people to go in knowing like these are true and real stories from real people who are just ordinary people like everyone else. And we should listen to what they have to say, and not necessarily like apply their life lessons to our life, but understand that they have been through history, and that the history they're talking about was not all that long ago. It seems like it was, but it actually was not.